Yeah, yesterday, Pat can explain why, but he didn't bring his stuff so we could do a recording yesterday. So today I wanted to talk about what happened yesterday with Jade. Jade happened to be. Uh, we didn't know it. It kind of progressively we found out what he was about. The first thing, he was interested in all the stuff we had out here. We don't have it out today, but we had it all out yesterday. And he was interested. He looked at the tracks, the Shalom board. And it's like, what's going on here? And and Ned and I shared what it was that we are here to ask people who or what do they believe would bring true peace, true shalom into the heart and into the world. And he started off by just letting it know he was an atheist after we asked him that question. And so we told him all the reasons, there's many reasons ontologically and cosmology, all um, these different reasons to give for why there is a God. So we went through that with him, said, you're not going to convince me of this. And then as we spoke, we found out that he was brought up in an Orthodox, Jewish Orthodox home. So he grew up Orthodox Jewish. And then as we moved on with the conversation, when we knew about him being from an Orthodox Jewish family, which means he was definitely Jewish, even though he didn't consider himself Jewish anymore, we explained to him why that Jesus was the Jewish Messiah as well as the Messiah of the world. We had that conversation. Then he was like, we went back and forth. Obviously, didn't agree with anything. Then the next thing we find out that he is trans, and that he's very upset at Trump and all the health care that's been taken away from him because he wants the surgery and he also needs his hormones to continue to, I guess, have female hormones or whatever. So we had that conversation. It just broke my heart. And I told him I had a trans son. And he stopped me right there. No, it's your daughter. And I mentioned him. No. Say her. That's the reason she doesn't talk to you for 12 years. And I said, no, he said, no, you're going to do that. I'm not going to talk to you no more. So I was trying to be sensitive and trying to understand how it might play into my son's not talking to me for a dozen years. But we spoke to him for a while, and it broke my heart because you realize that God gave these people over to believe the depravity that they believe. So as you all listen to this, I want you to pray for them. There are many Jades that we know, whether we're talking about Jewish people who don't accept the Messiah, whether we're talking about atheists who don't believe in God, or, because he was the trifecta, or whether we're talking about trans who think that God made a mistake when he made them. So, all of it is just bizarre, but God gave Noah. So pray about that. Pray about the Jade that you have in your own life. And as you know, I always say when I finish in the streets, if you don't know the Lord, now is the time of salvation if you're listening to this. And if you do know the Lord, now is the time that you need to share that gospel and pray for these people. Share the gospel with all these people that God brings in your life and pray for them. Thank you very much. All right.
Well, I'll make it short. I had no memory card in my camera,